The holy month of Ramadan just passed, and Ramadan is one of those sacred times of the year in which Muslims come closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through increased ibadat, increased recitation of the Holy Quran, increased charity, sadaqah, increased supplications, dua, and waking up for suhoor, the pre-dawn meal, with zest and energy so as to eat and prepare for the fast during the day. Haven't you noticed that you feel spiritually closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala during this month? The act of getting up for Fajr has immense blessings, not only in Ramadan, but throughout the year. Now, Salat, the 5 daily prayers, are a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the ummah of His beloved Habib, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states in the Holy Quran, أَقِمِ الصَّلَاةَ لِذِكْرِي. Establish the prayer for my remembrance. This is Allah's order to remember Him through salat, prayer. So how can the ummah prosper if we don't follow the Creator's order? We're constantly worried about the problems that we are surrounded by, but first we need to reflect on our habits, our deeds, our punctuality in our prayers. With punctuality in prayers, that is regularly praying at the prescribed times with khushu', is true submission. As mentioned in Tafsir Ibn Kathir, khushu' in salah means calmness, tranquility, and humility. Now, what makes a person have his khushu' is fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the sense that He is always watching. When we make salah, the 5 daily prayers, our number one priority on a regular basis, then our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keeps on getting stronger and deeper. When we have tawakkul, complete trust in Allah, complete reliance on Allah, then no problem, no calamity seems bigger. So with a strong faith, iman, we can overcome challenges. So let's not wait for problems to arise, because then we turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with rigor. And again, when the problem subsides, we go back to the previous habits away from the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In Surah Al-Ankabut, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states, Inna salata tanha anil fahsha'i wal munkar. Indeed, the prayer stops from indecency and evil. So it is clearly stated that prayer stops you from indecency and evil. Salat is protection. Not only should the 5 daily prayers be observed, but also should be encouraged to the people around you, such as your children. Don't allow your children to be sleeping when it is time for Salatul Fajr. So basically, creating an environment in which all family members wake up for Fajr prayer should become a norm in Muslim households if it is not so. If our families were able to get up for suhoor, the pre-dawn meal in Ramadan, then we can do this throughout the year as well. The good habits developed in Ramadan should not be given up so easily, but rather should be continued. In Surah Bani Israel, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions, أَقِمِ الصَّلَاةَ لِدُلُوكِ الشَّمْسِ إِلَى غَسَقِ اللَّيْلِ وَقُرْآنَ الْفَجْرِ إِنَّ قُرْآنَ الْفَجْرِ كَانَ مَشْهُودًا. Which means, keep the prayer established from the declining of the sun until darkness of the night, and the Quran at dawn. Indeed, the angels witness the reading of the Quran at dawn. This is a commandment to establish prayer. In Hadith Sunan al-Nasa'i, it is mentioned, إِنَّ أَوَّلَ مَا يُحَاسَبُ بِهِ الْعَبْدُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ مِنْ عَمَلِهِ صَلَاتُ. The first deed for which a person will be called to account on the day of judgment is their prayer. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us steadfast in our deen. Ameen ya Rabb.